This is a quick demo of the Learn Anything education platform. So here we have the standard question interface with a maths question and a student response, which has a mistake in it. So I can submit that response and the marking system will generate an explanation and a mark according to a specific mark scheme. I can also ask the AI to find my mistake or do one of various other things to help me figure out where I've gone wrong. So as a student, I can read this and it's telling me that I've done the correct things in the first two lines, so there might be a mistake in the final calculation. So it's not telling me the answer, but it's giving me a clue as to where to go. So hopefully I can spot that this should be 25 rather than 30. And I can then ask it, is that better? And the AI knows the history of what I've written as well as the context of the question and the mark scheme, so it can say whether I've done better or worse. So I can now submit that and it will mark it correctly and I can move on to the next question. Learn Anything isn't limited to question types with just written answers. So this question has frequency densities to be calculated, which I've done here, and also a histogram to draw, which I've done partially to see some partial marking. And this will then process the response, looking at both the visual component and the written answer, and it will see that I've drawn 3 bars correctly, but I haven't drawn the rest yet. Learn Anything is not limited to mathematics. So here we have an A-level English question on Macbeth. I can re-show the question so that I can look at the lengthy question and my long essay answer at the same time. And then I can submit that for marking in exactly the same way that I submitted the maths. And you can see it's given me a mark out of 34 according to the mark scheme based on the quality of my essay. And I can ask it all the usual questions about how I could improve paragraph 1, etc., and it will give me useful answers so I can make my essay better. I can also get hints, YouTube videos, similar worked examples, or create quizzes of similar questions, or create a whole course on how to do questions like this one to get the students up to the level that they need to be at. With maths questions, we can also use tablets and styluses to answer the questions much more naturally than using a keyboard. And here you can see the maths is being entered and then processed and immediately displayed to the student, and we can then get all the usual intelligence and answers from the system. Learn Anything does not limit AI to the answering of questions, but if we look at a quiz from a teacher point of view that 4 students have completed, I can generate insights about those results to ask for common errors, recommendations for teaching, or ask it a custom insight to find out whatever I want about the data. And then it will look at the answers of each of the 4, in this case users, and give me some useful feedback on the common errors that students are struggling with, and therefore what I might want to focus on in my next lesson. Learn Anything works in any language. Here we can switch to French and German, but any language will work with the system. I can choose the language level of the response, and I can even specify a certain style. So for example, I could ask it to talk like Snoop Dogg, and it will then respond to me in that manner. Students of Learn Anything can create quizzes on any topic, and they can create courses on any topic as well, but they can also view our ever-growing library of content in different subjects and qualifications to see a range of quizzes and textbook style content with videos on how to learn any subject. We hope that Learn Anything will put a personal tutor in the pocket of every student in the world, and we're really excited to see how it grows.